Company is Kloudless, presenting our Elliot Sun and Vinod Chandru.
Hey everyone, my name's Elliot, this is my co-founder Vinod, and we're here to tell you more about Kloudless, a revolutionary way to work in the cloud. This is my friend Lise. She's a designer, and she's up to date with the latest tech. So she uses all sorts of cloud applications to help her with her daily job. Some of these applications include Dropbox, Asana, and Salesforce. But despite using these services really heavily, she still finds that email is very much central to her daily workflow. But email is a massive content silo, right? Stuff just gets stuck in there. And this gives Lise some huge headaches. And lots of other people as well. Just today, over 6 billion attachments will be sent by email. Large amounts of data are moving into email and just sitting there. That's a huge waste. And it causes everything to slow down. Luckily, Lise discovered Kloudless. Getting started with Kloudless is really easy. She installs the Chrome extension, connects her email account and her favorite cloud services, and she's ready to go. Gmail does a pretty good job of allowing her to view and download her attachments today, but she thinks it'd be extra awesome if she could move these files directly into other cloud services and keep them associated with the context of the original email. Well, now she can. She selects where she'd like to put the file, and Kloudless instantaneously replaces the file with links to still view and download it. But now you're viewing and downloading from Dropbox. This saves Lise a ton of space and keeps her stuff organized. Kloudless also works with multiple files at once. So Lise can very easily get these attached design assets over to the correct project folder in Dropbox. But this is still a lot of manual work. And if you're like Lise, you hate manual work, especially when it's repetitive. Recently, Lise has been interacting with a large enterprise company negotiating a contract. So every single day, there's multiple contract versions being sent back and forth. So Lise tells Kloudless to automatically send everything that she's receiving from this big enterprise company directly into the correct contract folder, so that every single new email that arrives with a file from these guys is automatically replaced by Kloudless with links to view and download. She also needs to share a contract proposal with a potential new client. And the details of this project are highly confidential, so she wants to make sure that it's being shared very securely. Using Kloudless, she attaches the file directly from the cloud and sets access control permissions on it. Kloudless limits access to this file to just the designated recipients, making sure that the file is being securely shared. Now, Lise is doing really well. Her design business booms, and she adds 10 people to her team. No matter how much she reminds these people to organize data in a particular manner, they just don't do it. They're autonomous in the way that they handle data. They do whatever they want, and they put stuff everywhere. But Lise can't have this. She needs stuff to be consistently handled so she can see what's going on and make sure that important documents are being properly retained. Using Kloudless's admin panel, she adds her 10 teammates to Kloudless, and she sets policies across the cloud applications that they use so that she can make sure that data is being consistently handled, and she can see exactly what's going on. Using the event-based notification dashboard that Kloudless has, Lise gains visibility into who owns what data and what the data workflow is around her entire organization. Using Kloudless, Lise is ecstatic. She connects her cloud services, making sure that data is moving seamlessly from one application to another. She sets cross-application policies across the services that she uses to make sure that data is being handled properly. And she gains visibility into data ownership and workflow across her team. This makes Kloudless extremely powerful in everyday's work, in everyone's work. So I'm excited to announce today that Kloudless will also be available for Outlook users. Now, don't think of Kloudless as just a simple utility to move attachments around the cloud. Think of Kloudless as the beginnings of a platform where you can pull data on demand from any cloud service into any other cloud service. We make static content that's just sitting there really useful in your daily active workflows. So imagine filling out a very tedious Salesforce entry by pointing it at a recent client email that you just received and having Kloudless autofill it for you in just one click. Imagine pulling in data from your favorite analytics service into a heated discussion on Yammer with just a single click. And this is all possible with Kloudless. Our mission is to create a secure, connected enterprise cloud and control the data workflow across many applications. Kloudless can capture $2 billion of the $77 billion data governance market by appealing directly to individual users and functional business units. Unlike other top-down solutions, we have the ability to meet the needs of individuals, functional groups, as well as an entire company. The best part of it is Kloudless is completely free for individual users. You only pay when you claim a group of people and you govern the data workflow across them. So whether you're frustrated by the lack of interconnectivity with your cloud services, or you'd like to gain better visibility into the workflow around your entire company, Kloudless offers a simple, secure workflow across the enterprise cloud that users and IT will love. Kloudless is free for download as of right now. So please go download it, check it out, let us know what you think. We would love to hear from you. Thanks.
So this is really cool. Congratulations.
Thanks.
A couple questions. So how are you thinking about distribution? What is your strategy for selling into the enterprise? There's a lot of folks that are in this space.
Right, yeah. So it's very much a consumerization model. We're appealing directly to the individual employees within companies. Our solution is really light and it was designed to be really simple and secure so that you could install it in your company and not worry about breaching any security. And then using those employees, we're lucky to start an email because email is inherently viral. So getting spread amongst employees within a company and then eventually using them to build up and make the ultimate sell to the entire organization.
Judges? They like it so much, they can't think of anything.
So there's one of the things you said, you're in an email, you go after an attachment, it gets moved over to your Dropbox. Does it get, you said it saves space, it gets deleted from the email?
Right, so we have two options right now. So you can either move the file completely, right? And what you saw was with a move. So we replaced the file with those links to view and download directly from Dropbox. Right. So that attachment is actually deleted from that email. If you don't want it to be deleted, you can actually just copy it over, and we still embed the links to allow you to associate that file to the original context of the email.
So when you do the delete, do you actually delete that email message and replace it with another one with links? Or
so it depends on the email platform. So we do some IMAP trickery.
Take Gmail as
okay, yeah. So for Gmail, they do have their own separate IMAP extension library. So we do use IMAP to perform these operations. So you're right, we do email modification using appends and deletes, but the way we do it is it depends on, like, for example, for Gmail, there's a very specific way you can do it so that it's invisible to the user, because users don't want, like, multiple, like, duplicate emails and stuff like that. So we make sure that the user interface is simpler.
Because that notion of saving space on your email side and leveraging across your Dropbox is really very powerful to people. But I want to understand how that worked.
Right.
So the tech is obviously cool. What is the primary value proposition though? Is it the space saving? Is it the time saving? Is it the among groups, the sort of the ability to control where the data is?
Right.
Is it the security? I feel like you've said a lot of things, but sometimes that's like peanut butter, and I just don't know where the.
Right. So kind of two separate value propositions. The value proposition to you as an individual user is that you can streamline the workflow across your clouds. So there's a ton of data that's just sitting in your email. It's basically a massive content silo. And a lot of that content is very useful in your other cloud services, whether it's CRM, project management, storage.
So how is that problem solved today? Like how much pain are people can search their email pretty efficiently? Why is that broken? Right.
So you have to be really good at search, right? And searching in itself is not the most easy thing to do. So actually getting data to move to various different places is a tough problem. So the way that you would do it today is if you can manage to search and find it, you'd download it, move it to somewhere else, and then you'd upload it into the cloud service that you want it to go into. So that's how you would solve it today. The proposition to people as you're moving up the ladder within companies is much better visibility into who owns what data. So as companies are adopting more and more cloud services, the massive movement to the cloud, it's much harder to identify who owns what piece of data, how data is being manipulated across various services. So it's visibility for company leaders.
Do you have a notion of versioning?
Sorry?
Do you have some notion of versioning? So
right. Yeah, so that's actually one of the most requested features is that if you have files bouncing back and forth and small changes are being made, one of our plans is so that you can actually see what versions of the files there are and then basically create a stack of those files. So you can see them all in one place and have version control.
Focusing on enterprise definitely makes sense, but if I can put in a plug for consumers and photo management, that would be really great, to be able to just seamlessly go to my cloud where all the photos are stored.
How much education do you guys have to do? If you've got a new user who just landed on your website, do you have like a video walking through it? Because, I mean, I've watched people use like just basic attachments can be tricky, or learning Dropbox for the first time. They try to make it really easy, like share a link, for example. It seems like this is a little more complex. I'm not saying that it's cool, but I'm wondering how hard is it for your average user to like just get started?
Right. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. So one of the design decisions we made early on is that we wanted our features to work really well in people's current workflows. We didn't want people to have to learn another new complex system, have to open another web page to get the services that they should get in the workflows that they work through on a day-to-day basis. So that's actually a design decision we made very early on. So it's very easy for a user to get onboarded because the features that are built in are very much features that they're used to or think that they should get in the workflows that they're going through today.
Great. Well, that was Kloudless. Thank you guys very much.
Cool. Thank you.